What's going on, everybody? The Seahawks need to find a way to beat the Carolina Panthers. And the way I said it would make it seem like the Seahawks were actually the underdog, but I do think that this would be an easy game for the Seahawks to slightly overlook because you just got done with the biggest game of your season against the LA Rams. And depending on how everything kind of shakes out when the Seahawks play the San Francisco 49ers in Week 18, that might end up being the next biggest game and most important game of the entire season. This is the perfect time for the Carolina Panthers to reach up and snatch the Seahawks, get them with a sneaky trap game victory. Seahawks got to find a way to not let that happen. What's going on, everybody? I am Will Ortner, and if you want the Seahawks to beat the Carolina Panthers, come on in and smash that thumbs up button. Do not jinx it. You don't want to be the person that doesn't hit that like button and it doesn't go our way on Sunday. So come on into the video and hit that thumbs up button. Like the video. All right, our first key to victory, the Seahawks are going to have to be able to run the ball against the Carolina Panthers. I believe that this Seahawks offense is better than whatever the Carolina Panthers can muster. And if the Seahawks are going to be able to run the football and really wear down and tire down that Carolina Panthers defense, they will not be able to stay with the Seahawks all the way until the fourth quarter. This Panthers defense isn't good enough to go blow for blow with the Seahawks. They are going to have to come in and use some trickeration. Now, the Panthers were not as good of a team as the Los Angeles Rams, but through a couple of different factors, they were able to make the Rams play their game, and that's how they came away with a victory. If the Seahawks force Carolina to play their game, there's no shot that they can beat us. When you look at the rushing stats for Seattle, I don't want to say that they are the best running crew in the NFL, but I think that John Gruden had a great point when he was talking to Ryan Russillo on the Russillo show when he said, now the Seahawks might not have a high run per average, but what the Seahawks do a great job of is getting 3 and 4 yards every single time that they touch the ball. Now, the team totals, when you look at Kenneth Walker and Zach Charbonnet, the total yards isn't going to jump off the page and make you think that the Seahawks are a great running team. But the Seahawks run so much and at least get 3 to 4 yards every time that they force defenses to load up the box. And because they load up the box, that opens up everything else. Aside from Kenneth Walker's big 55-yard touchdown run, the Seahawks running backs between Walker and Charbonnet don't have that big explosive play touchdown. Now, each one of them has a couple of runs over 30 yards, but really that's about it. It's a lot more ground and pound, 3 yards and a cloud of dust. That is okay because it forces Carolina to add those more guys into the box. And then, of course, Seattle, Sam Darnold, JSN, Rashid Shaheed, Cooper Kupp, A.J. Barner. The list goes on for your skill guys that are going to catch the ball. They continue to do a great job of getting open when they find one-on-one matchups. Run the football, control the time of possession, and this Carolina Panthers defense will fold. If you want to help out this Seahawks running game, which I know that you do, go down in the comments section below and spam RB. Let the running backs of the Seattle Seahawks know that while they might not be flashy, there might not be a lot of glitz and a lot of glam for Charbonnet and for Walker, that we know, we see what they're doing, we know how well they've been executing, so go spam that RB. Next, we got to talk about the Seahawks and their inability over the last couple of games to really get off of the rock and rolling. The Seattle Seahawks have really struggled to start games fast this year. It feels like they have continued the last 4, 5, 6 weeks to put themselves in a hole because it takes them 3 or 4, minutes in a quarter to wake up. It happened against the Atlanta Falcons. It happened against the Colts and almost cost the Seahawks the game. And it happened against the LA Rams. This offense has to get going much, much faster if the Seahawks want to blow out the Panthers, because I don't feel like this game would be or will be close if Seattle plays their ultimate game. And the best way to get the Seahawks started fast is to get this guy started fast. When JSN gets rolling early in games, you see the rest of the offense get rolling as well. The problem at times with JSN and this Seahawks offense so far this year is if Seattle doesn't feed him early, JSN takes a little bit to get going, and so does the offense. Everything is built off of Jaxon Smith-Njigba when it comes to the passing game. He already has the franchise record for receptions in a season. He has the franchise record for yards in a season. He's going to even get a couple more touchdowns. He might get to 1,800 yards. Shoot, he might get to 1,900 yards. What Seattle needs to do is feed JSN early. If the Seahawks are able to get a lead against this Panthers defense, they will pack it in. Remember, this game doesn't really matter for the Panthers when it comes to the playoffs because they have to win their division and they play Tampa Bay next week. It might be a better deal for Carolina to focus more on Week 18 than Week 17. It can be very easy for them to kind of throw in the towel, pack it all up, because Seattle got to a big lead early. I got 2 more keys to victory for the Seahawks, but first, let's talk about this sweet deal going on over at Seahawks.com or chatsports.com/Seahawks shirt. Check out this Emerald City football shirt. It is sweet. It screams Seattle. We've been talking about it here on the channel. A couple of the fans have gone in, and now they have a sweet Emerald City football shirt. I'll tell you right now, they are definitely very happy. Scream Seattle with outright saying that this is a Seattle shirt. Emerald City football, I think it's sweet. Was $35, now $16. Chatsports.com/Seahawks shirt. Chatsports.com/Seahawks shirt. Go check that thing out. All right, next key to victory for the Seahawks, no turnovers. We're not giving the ball away at all. The Seahawks have got to not allow the Carolina Panthers defense to get their offense more possessions and extra possessions. Because what we might not realize about this offense in Carolina, it's better than most people give it credit for. And they were able to beat the Los Angeles Rams because Matthew Stafford made a couple of mistakes. That Rams offense made a couple of mistakes. And the defense took advantage of them. When the defense was able to take advantage of those mistakes, then the offense got more possessions. And when an offense gets more possessions in the NFL, they're going to find a way to get into the end zone. These guys are professionals for a reason. And because they are professionals for a reason, eventually they are going to do their job at a very high level. QB1 has done a great job this year of getting a bunch of yards, having a high completion percentage, but the one bugaboo that Sam Darnold clearly has is his interception numbers. And I think it's important to note that. Know what your weakness is, and right now Sam trusts himself to make too many throws. Sam, we cannot have any turnovers in this game. The Panthers are a good enough team to where they will take advantage of that. No more interceptions. I want to see 13 INTs when I'm talking about Sam Darnold's stats going into Week 18 against the San Francisco 49ers. The very last thing that we have to talk about is simple. Just play our game. If the Seattle Seahawks stick to their strengths, the Seahawks are going to come away with a victory. Right now, there are just different tiers of teams in the National Football League, and the Panthers are not in the same tier as the Seahawks. By the way, the Seahawks are in that championship level tier. Right now, this Seahawks team from top to bottom, offensively, defensively, and special teams-wise, we are better than the Panthers. But the Panthers are a good enough team to where if the Seahawks completely overlook them, they will find a way to get a victory in this game. So the Seahawks cannot overlook the Panthers, but they need to play their style of football. Run the football, set up the play action pass, and defensively play like a bunch of crazy guys with their hair on fire. If Seattle does that, we are going to win the football game, and we are going to be very happy on Sunday. Here are my keys to victory for the Seattle Seahawks. We need to be able to run the ball. We have to start fast, get the ball to JSN early. No turnovers. Can't allow the Carolina Panthers to get extra time in this one, extra possessions. Can't have that be a thing. And lastly, we got to play our game. If the Seahawks stay to what makes them so freaking good this year, Seattle's going to come away with a victory. We want the Seahawks to get a big W. Will the Seahawks beat the Panthers? Let me know down below in the comment section. Yes or no? I better see a whole lot of yeses. In fact, If I see any no's, I'm going to be pretty fired up. We can't let the Carolina Panthers fan base get into our comment section. We got to make the Panthers fan base like Meow Mix. They got to disappear. Help us out. Come on in and like the video. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you loved the video, hit that thumbs up button. And until next time, I'll see y'all later.